So, have you ever been in class and the teacher's going over a topic or a subject that you just completely don't understand and you're trying to actively understand it, but it's not getting any easier? You just start to zone out. Like, you just start to completely give up. You're like, I'm just not going to get this. And you sit back and you just like let the class period go by without even trying to understand anymore. Like, you completely have left the room mentally. You on your phone, or you just looking around, or twiddling your thumbs, or making tap noises with your feet. You're done. I know we've all been there at some point, whether you're a scholar or not. Like, you've been in class sometimes with having this experience. Like, I just don't get this. Like, you feeling dumb, to be honest, right? And I was having this thought the other day while I was talking to God, and I thought about myself sometimes when I was in grade school and I'm not understanding a topic, but I'm trying to understand, but it's just hard. And one thing I had to realize is that, growing up, once I realized that I saw this girl, it was a one experience where I saw this girl's report card and she had all A's. And on my report card, I had A's and B's and C's, but I felt away. And I was like, I want to get a report card with all A's. And that was the third grade. From then on, I started working really, really, really hard get to have amazing grades. I won't lie. But that I one method that I use to make sure that my grades are on point is when I don't understand a question or a concept or a rationale or something that my teacher is giving me a lesson, I'm going to stop her where she is and tell her I don't understand. I don't care if my classroom is filled with 50 students. If she is up there doing a math problem and I don't understand how she got from step, 5 to step 8, I'm going to pause her at step 5 or step 6. If I don't get it by step 6, I'm going to pause her and be like, hey, now how did you get y equals mx plus b? It's because, see, on my paper, I got this. Or I have no understanding on how you even got there. Like, can you help me out? I will walk up to the board and in the middle of class to get some understanding. And that's how I've been for years. And I was talking to my friends at one point. We were doing Bible study together, and I was like, the difference. Or my one of my friends, we used to do Bible study in the morning on the phone together, and I was letting her know that I'm not better than anybody academically. And people always say, "Oh, Shania, you're so smart. You're so smart." Da, da, da. I said, "I'm not smart. I just work hard. I'm just consistent. That's the difference between me and anybody else. Because the same way you look at these tests and this work and you're like, what the heck? I'm that same way. The same way that the teacher's giving all this work and it's overwhelming and you're like, what in the world? I promise you that's the same way that I am in the inside as well. The only difference is what I feel that feeling, but then I say, bro, you gotta lock in. It's gonna be okay. God got me. I'm gonna get it. I can completely not understand the concept, completely be crying, like bawling because I just don't get it. And then I'll tell myself, God, I'm going to get it. God is going to help me. And I look for resources. I will go to school and get tutoring. I will stay after class. I will come into class on a day that I probably have something else to do just to make sure I get it. I will create a study group. I'm going to find a YouTube video. Again, this let me know when I was thinking about this and I was talking to God the other day, it let me know that the difference between a person who is overwhelmed in their circumstances and overwhelmed in their life and continuing to move away from God and a person who is still persistent in God, the only difference between these people is the the effort. That's it. You have when the devil is at your door, when the devil is beating at your spirit, when you are consistently overwhelmed, it's the effort that's going to make you or break you. It's the effort. You have to continue to press towards God. I promise you, like, again, it totally related to my academics because again, I tell people all the time, it's not about being smart. It's not about, oh, you're just smart. You just as a person. That's why you have those grades. You don't understand. I used to have C's on my report card. You don't understand who I used to be. I made a promise to myself that I was gonna do better. I saw better. I saw somebody else do it, and I said, I can do that. And I didn't know how I was gonna do it, and I don't know how I continue to maintain it. When the same way that you feel like this work is overwhelming, it's the same way that I feel like it's overwhelming. I think that we think this same way about our lives in Christianity. Period. Like their life can't be as hard as mine. They can't be going through the same addictions and overwhelm and things like how come they deliver from it and I'm not, sweetheart. The temptations of lust, the temptations of fear and anxiety, the temptations of depression, the temptations of choosing things that we're not supposed to choose. Listen, you're not the only person that faces these things. It's the difference between how a person handles it. It's the effort that's put towards it. Do you, once you're feeling these things, do you go towards your vices and weed and drinking and smoking and friends and all those things? Do you go to the club, or do you put yourself in your word? Do you talk to God more when you feel those things? It's all about your intent and your action. What are you doing when you're in those situations? And that's what tells you, or that's what shows you why you're going through it so hard. So again, when you're in the test and it's hard and you don't know no answer to these questions, or when you're in a lesson and the teacher's speaking but you're just not getting it, please realize that it's not about understanding it all at one point. It is not about you being dumb because you don't understand. It's about realizing that you can still ask your professor for help. You can still ask your professor to pause and help you understand. You can still create a study group so that you can build understanding with other people. You can still stay after school to get assistance. And I'm not talking about, this is not about school. I'm not talking about school right now. I'm talking about your relationship with God. There are things that you can do to remain close to Him in a test and in a trial. But are you putting in effort, or are you sitting there waiting for your problems to just stop? And that's the reason why you keep falling off. That's the reason why you keep having sex and keep doing drugs, and you keep going back to these same situations, to these, just because it's hard and you don't know what to do, and you just fail to put forth any effort. So I hope that this relates to you in some way. Um, or I hope you receive something from this if it relates to you. And if it does, please let me know by typing amen in the comments below. I love you so much, and I'll see you later. Bye.